If Reddit dies after the IPO, where are you heading? Chat. Well, maybe if I cared that much I could find like a Discord server on the subject or something. But other than that, I'm not gonna really miss most of it. And like others have said, I'd get a ton more done. Twitter and Threads. Yes, there are flaws with Elon Musk's ownership, but most billionaire company owners aren't saints. Threads is kind of like a LinkedIn meets Facebook, of course, without the pretension of job hiring. I'll also mention Mastodon because I think that is an app that has potential even if it's a bit of a Discord clone. Reddit has sucked the past years. It used to be fun getting on here. I would laugh so much at stupid stuff from subreddits that have been banned. Now it's just me. I hate the stupid promoted ads, and the subreddit that used to be funny are banned. I'll probably just YouTube it, although that's declining also, so I don't know really. We will have to revive the alt.bbs servers. My favorite haunt back in the day was alt.sexuality.spanking, until it got spammed to expiration. And it was salt.sexuality.spanking. The alt and sot.bbs were Reddit before Reddit existed. I won't go back to 4chan. Everyone always asks, where will you go when it dies? And never when will you consider it dead. They don't just unplug overnight. The decay is already ongoing. How bad does it need to get? Everyone I know who talks about quitting this or their social media never does. Honestly, Reddit has declined so much already, I'm not sure why I'm even here. I think it's an addiction. I would get so much more done if I stopped coming here. I'm almost hoping the IPO makes it so much worse that I do stop and replace it with actually doing things. Jerk. Oh, not hyper-political, but every thread. Even cute puppies subs seems to turn into a democratic circle jerk with anyone that doesn't agree, even if their viewpoint is left but not left enough. And it opens. Do we as users give a shit to own it? Can we quickly cash in on it? Like FB? Or will it tank so fast it'll just suck another $5,000 out of my retirement funds like fucking Tilray? And BBBY? If Reddit dies, I'm pretty much off of social media. I have an old Facebook account which I only go on about 3 times a year to stay in touch with family and friends from college and high school, just to say hello and make sure they're still alive. The stock has nothing to do with the underlying business. It could moon or crater, and it doesn't fucking matter. Reddit will keep operating at a loss. The IPO simple allows insiders to dump their bags on retail and cash out. That's it. Nowhere. Maybe I'll finally be able to stay off my phone. I don't even want to browse Reddit anymore. Anytime I'm on here, it's because I'm extremely bored or in a socially awkward situation and need to keep my mind focused on one thing. A big chunk of Redditors seem like pretentious, one-upping, upvote-seeking assholes. Frankly put, I would never follow this horde anywhere else. I'm here for a couple of niche subs and that's it. When this train crashes, I'm gone. If somewhere else appears, then we will go there. It's not something you can plan in advance. Initially, tight-knit communities will just go to private discords, and they may or may not come back to the public square. Reddit died once back in like 2012, and people went to something called Vote or Goats or something. That sounded like goat. They all came back. I don't think it will be any different this time around. Outside. Already working on it with a couple of project vehicles. I'd rather build memories traveling, camping, and off-roading with friends than continue to fake impress strangers on the internet while they remade dig. So, we jump to Hacker News and Reddit. If there's a market, someone will fulfill it. So nowhere at the moment ATM. But it will exist. Maybe. I think I would read more news articles and watch more TV. I guess I would just miss reading people's opinions on certain things, but that's it. Hopefully I will not go on FB and Insta more. Probably nowhere, since this site is the only thing close to social media that I use. I won't touch Facebook, X, or Instagram, although Reddit itself has become almost as bad as those lately. Getting the idea, a lot of Reddit is AI bots mining up votes, gathering personal data, and training on our interactions. Or we imagine we're being helpful to people with actual questions. I would go nowhere. Reddit is my only social media, and if it was to collapse, I would simply not be on social media again. I might actually improve my mental health in the process. Nowhere. Probably. I have already quit Facebook. Twitter, and Instagram. So I might as well pull the final plug and embrace the life as a creepy guy with no online presence. Reddit has been in a complete freefall since last July. It should have died back then, honestly. What remains of this site is a ghost of what Reddit used to be, hopefully off the internet. When I stopped using Reddit for a few weeks, I felt genuinely more at ease. Among other positives, I say as I doom scroll Reddit, I flirted with Lemmy during the API fiasco. But that's mostly dead again now. My guess is if Reddit dies, that will become the only similar alternative. Assuming it's a slow, painful death like MySpace, I'll probably still be here. It's better than Facebook. And I don't really have anything else going on. Lemmy. I use the All Voyager, which is an Apollo clone. It's honestly really great. It's of course not peak Reddit back in the day, but it's good enough. I feel like Reddit is well on its way. A majority of posts are bots, and comments under those posts are bots for posting comments from the original post. If I knew of an alternative, I'd already be there. This site is a shadow of his former self, but still better than anything else I'm aware of. Discord is nice. The user base is still too small, but it's been steadily growing and the vibes there have been good. Guys, we're going back to dial-up. You on here running your mouth? You gotta work for it. Mustang BBS and Usenet about to get popular again. I wish I knew. I tried to quit when I got rid of third-party apps because I loved RIF, but there's nothing else comparable IMO. Most of the subs I'm banned from are modded by basement-dwelling political activists, so yeah, I'd go anywhere, just not Facebook or X. I think I'm married and have 2 kids. It's been a week or a few years since I've seen them. They might still be hanging around. Back to not being on anything. I was on here for over a year before I ever posted anything. I wish I'd never broken that damn open. Nowhere. This is the last social media platform I look at. If this gets nuked, I'm done. It'll be the shut-in life for me. I don't know what I would do if Reddit went away, but I know it would be better than what I'm currently doing while it's here. Reddit is already garbage, but it passes the time. Prop end up leaving it since a Chinese company owns a portion of it. I think it would be the end of the line for me. Every other formerly decent platform is dead. This is the last oasis. I don't use any other social media. If Reddit dies, I will just stop. I don't consider any of the others worth using. Reddit isn't going to die. I was on multiple sites that have died, and Reddit isn't showing any of those same things. This one Russian fiction clone that also went to shit more than a decade ago. But there's literally nothing else really. I miss when the internet was ruled by smaller but tight-knit message boards. Anyone remember InVision-free boards? Might just be time to turn off the computer completely outside of watching old movies and playing old video games. I've heard of this big blue room with a bright yellow light way up high. I might try going there once in a while. I guess I will wait for another social media to open up, not going back to Facebook or any major social media. I think peak was still pre-WSB GameStop fiasco. That brought way too much attention for everyone's well-being. I use Twitter more than Reddit now. I feel like Reddit is just heavily moderated and a hive mind has formed. Back to FB groups or the Nextdoor app. People in there just as they are in those groups. Quora is alright, but honestly I wouldn't seek out a replacement. Reddit is my last social media account. It would probably increase the amount of time I spend on GameFAQs. And I suppose I could go outside more. Outside, money has ruined the internet and there's nowhere left to go. Time to reconnect with the earth. Honestly, I've enjoyed Lemmy. I joined last summer during the mini exodus. Give it a chance. I'd get to reading about designing forums and bulletin boards. Maybe make something fun out of things. I would finally go back outside and touch some grass. So I'm banking on this to happen. I need it. No clue what an IPO is, but too afraid to ask. I just use Reddit while I'm at work like right now. I'd just quit this type of social media. It'd save me time and effort, so maybe a good thing. With all the mods banning people over fucking sneezing, I don't even know why I'm still here. Lol. Hopefully nothing and ditch social media altogether. But probably it's short, unfortunately. Public now seems to mean communist foreign ownership, just like many other forums. NS. I've been wanting to try RC for a while. Probably check it. but I don't think it'll die. I guess I'll send flowers to the wake and attend the funeral if I can get a parking spot. Back to the library. I hear they've got something better since the Dewey Decimal System. Honestly, back to reading books. The web is just a means to feed the AI overlords now. Hopefully nowhere, like when my computer died allowing me to kick League of Legends. Outdoors, especially now that the weather should be nicer here in the coming weeks. There's no alternative. We will all simply suffer the impending gentrification. I'm building a new site for online gaming personas. I want everyone to go there. I was hoping for some good recommendations. This is really just depressing. Discord seems to be the place growing in strength, but I bloody hate the place. I'd actually start reading books again instead of reading about people's mills. Is Raddle still around? It was full of queer anarchists. I love their vibe. I dunno. Maybe to like my hobbies and shit, I should read more real books. Randomly searching stuff on Wikipedia and checking my Instagram probably. Depends on what it will imply. Probably Discord or something similar. It's a pity that Stumbloopin is gone. Loved that much more than Reddit. Reddit won't die. It will just be populated by AI farmers and suckers. To a place where saying pedophiles are evil doesn't get me downvoted. I'm going to get all of my free time back. Reddit is such a time sink. Nowhere. I'll use it as a chance to use the internet a lot less. After the IPO, are we going to see an increase in advertisements? I guess I could go back to the something awful forums, sigh. The same place we went after the whole API change, Reddit.